Guys, it's been a while since I've actually played Ezreal, and I tried him out really recently, and he's actually felt pretty good, and I think he might be one of my favorite ADCs to play ranked right now. So for the items, it's going to be pretty similar to what you're used to. You're going to want to go Man Immune, Stasis, Trinity Force, Blade of the Ruined King, Serelda's Grudge, or Mortal Reminder, and Guardian's Angel. This is the standard Ezreal build you're always going to be going. And like I said, you could definitely switch out the Serelda's Grudge for the Mortal Reminder like I did in the gameplay because I was against the Soraka. So for the runes, you're going to want to go Conqueror, Brutal for the early game, Hunter, Titan, or Adaptive Care, Pace, or Bone Plating depending on the late matchup. And actually, Hunter Genius. Hunter Genius is actually really nice because you get all of your abilities up a lot more quicker, like your dash and your ultimate, and even your second ability, so this helps out a ton. And for the spells, you're going to want to use Exhaust and Flash. So in this gameplay, it was a pretty crazy gameplay. I actually thought we were going to lose this game, but I was going crazy with Ezreal. What can I say? The best Ezreal in NA. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's hop right on into the gameplay. Alright guys, we are now in the game, and yeah guys, it's been a while since I've played some Ezreal because I felt like he wasn't that strong, but lately I've been giving him another try, and wow, he feels actually quite good. Now, I do think you still need to draft him in situations where he actually fits, and, you know, Ezreal is a late game carry, and he wants to scale, right? So you want to make sure you play against, you want to make sure you have lanes where it's easier for Ezreal to scale. Like, you don't want to be playing Ezreal against Nami, Lucian, and get completely snowballed, you know? So in this matchup, for example, they have a Soraka and a Kai'Sa, so it's not like they could do crazy things to me. And I actually start off this game with really good poke. Now, Kai'Sa wants to land her Q onto me, and as you see, she auto-Q'd me, which was really bad by me. I let her, I got myself too close to her, which was a bad trade. Now, the only reason that these guys win these trades is because they do have Soraka, and Soraka heals. But, Soraka heals. But I do think, as long as my Lux didn't start a root first, our lane phase would have been much better, but yeah, so right there I decided to auto attack just to get auto queued. So like my trades weren't the best. It's been a while since playing Ezreal. As Ezreal, you just want to farm and you want to use your Q to poke. Like, you're not going to be doing crazy damage with your auto attacks. So all I want to do is auto poke, and right there I could have actually took that trade better. When I W'd, I should have E'd right away. And then Q'd, that would have been much better, but I didn't even want to really go in. I didn't know Lux was going to be, landing her abilities like that, so that was a missed opportunity by me, but they do heal anyway, so I decided to shove this wave because it's just going back and forth, and there's not much to do. I wanted to recall here, but I do cancel the recall because it's like, we still need to stay one more wave, and it'd be really bad to reset. Sadly, like, I didn't turn level 4, but it's because their Soraka didn't get as much XP, so that's one of the reasons. And right here, Kai'Sa was really overextended. I should have exhausted Kai'Sa right away when I hopped on her, so I ended up exhausting her kind of late, and that was another missed opportunity, but even the Soraka had to flash because of the Lux stun, which was really good, so it just leaves Kai'Sa right here. And we don't really have anyone to, like, we don't have our jungler up here, so we can't really make any plays. So right now, you know, we're doing our job. We're scaling. I mean, we messed around with Olaf a bit, and we popped Soraka's flash. So we're looking pretty good. And I really do want to reset because I want to get the tier goddess so I can finally start stacking my tier goddess. I want to buy it early so I can start stacking it. And right there, the Zed actually canceled the Kai'Sa's reset, so Kai'Sa decided to stay and shove one more wave. Which, on one hand, basically I lose a couple of minions, or at least one minion because of Kai'Sa staying to shove the wave. But I do get in lane first, and I can have priority of the lane because I am there first. But yeah, so Soraka is a little annoying against Ezreal, and the reason for that is Soraka can actually heal Ezreal's damage back up in lane because Ezreal wants to poke people, and if Soraka just heals everyone back, then, you know, that's really annoying. Champs that heal is really annoying, but right here I look for a great opportunity to cross-map snipe. That ultimate would have been so much better if it even hit Galio too, but, you know, it's still pretty good. I do end up getting one kill and landing a poke onto the Kai'Sa. Now, the interesting thing here is the Kai'Sa actually went bone plating, And I think that's quite interesting. Now, we are ability based, so I do see like why the bone plating is a good idea, but it's not like we do like hardcore burst damage. That's what bone plating is really good for, is against the champions that have high burst damage. So like, let's say I was playing Lucian, if I dash and try to do full combo, the bone plating will help, but like Ezreal could pop it really easily and Lux could pop it really easily. So if anything, you know, Kai'Sa could have gone second wind, or I mean, we don't really have much. I mean, Kai'Sa doesn't really need tenacity either, so I mean, honestly, second wind would have been fine. But right here, the Lux has to flash immediately. I exhaust the Olaf, and obviously the Kai'Sa is going to try to get over here, so we're just trying to do as much damage as possible, but we ended up chasing too far, and the Kai'Sa is really strong, and I decided to flash, but even the Galio ults in, and Soraka's stealing Kai'Sa. They can't die, and then Zed's going to try to do something here because he does see the low HP Kai'Sa. Honestly, if Lux hit that ult, that would have been game-changing for us, but, you know, it did miss. So, after seeing that, I actually thought when I was in the game at this time, I was like, oh wow, we just lost. Kai'Sa just got extremely fed from that. But I guess, like, you know, keep believing. The enemy team always makes mistakes, and, yeah, but I totally felt like, wow, this game's over. Like I just wanted to scale free, and it didn't. And things didn't end up going the right way for my team. So now I'm basically waiting back for my ultimate, and basically what I want to do is I want to poke them down before a fight. But as you can see, our jungler already dies. But this is a perfect ultimate angle for us, and I was able to get the Olaf a little bit lower for the Zed ultimate to actually get the kill, which was pretty good by me. Now the thing is like, I need my Lux and the Zed to start recalling because they're staying too long on the map, which means that the enemy team, which means Olaf will have enough time to come back and get Infernal. So right here, the Kai'Sa was kind of overextending, so I decided to do some damage. But like, dude, the Soraka is just healing them up anyways, which is kind of annoying. But Lux, I don't know how Kai'Sa got that low for a Lux ultimate to take her out, but that was pretty impressive. Right here, I place a ward, and I do have my exhaust back up, so I am feeling pretty confident. So I do kind of... I'm not even trying to start the dragon. I'm just getting my passive stacked. So you can always use your Q on the objective. Just don't bait your team into it. And I do actually really want to buy Executioners because it would be good for the Olaf and for the Soraka. So right here, I'm lining up the ultimate to do some more damage. And I decide to E forward to try to, you know, help my team apply some pressure. Now I'm keeping the Infernal stacked, so like, you know, we could force the enemy team to fight us, but like, our teammates are really in no position to fight, really. Like, they are super just... It's really awkward because we only really have Wukong to engage and Lux stuns, and no one's really able to do much right now, and especially since I just used my ultimate, we're just getting poked out, which is pretty crazy that we're getting poked out. I have to exhaust the Darius, but the Darius ends up getting the reset anyways, and my entire team died. So now it's like, guys, how are we ending up, like, bro, watching this back, guys, it's like, damn, dude, how the hell do we win this game? But I think this gameplay actually really does do a great job of showing how strong Ezreal can be if played correctly. And also, like, my Ezreal was rusty as well, so the amount of damage I was doing was really impressive. So right there, what went wrong is, like, we're just getting poked out somehow, and we really don't have any way to engage. Like, if Wukong doesn't have ultimate and Lux isn't able to land any roots, like, we can't do anything, right? So I do think we have a composition issue here, especially for the early game, because, you know, they have Olaf, they have Darius, they have Galio, and then they have, you know, Soraka for that backline heal and the Kai'Sa for that burst damage. So their composition is really good in the early game, compared to ours, which is really squishy. So right here, I was very scared to walk up because I literally don't know where the enemy team is. And boom, my ultimate does land pretty well right there. You know, Ezreal's ultimate... I gotta admit, even though Ezreal's weak in the early game, Ezreal's ultimate hurts, guys. Like, it's actually wild how much it hurts. So right now I'm starting to focus the turret, because I didn't rotate for the Rift Herald, so it's basically really up to my teammates to try to live and not end as much as possible. So Kai'Sa gets another kill, and it really starts to feel like, damn, guys, Kai'Sa is getting extremely fed. Are we gonna be able to stop her? So yeah, and the thing is when this is kind of an ADC battle, this game, right? Because it's Kai'Sa, which is a hyper carry, and Ezreal, that's a hyper carry. And now Kai'Sa is really good at blowing up, you know, able to focus one person down, isolate them, and do a bunch of damage, while Ezreal's more of that backline, just you want to poke the enemy down, not really do anything too crazy. Right here I see my Wukong engaging, so I decide to go with my perfect ultimate, but at the end of the day, the Wukong's going so far in that I literally can't do anything about it. I have to exhaust Olaf, but I actually ended up seeing how much damage my Lux was doing, so I was like, damn, okay, we could just kill the Olaf, and boom, we do. Right here, I decide to keep poking the Kai'Sa down, and do as much damage as possible because I do see my Echo coming in, and boom, I'm able to get the bounty onto the Kai'Sa, and basically, the enemy team made a classic throw, which is overextending, and yeah, like the Kai'Sa overextended, but the first person that overextended was the Olaf, honestly flashing on top of us. I think he didn't expect me to have the exhaust, and also me having my flash up was really good right there. And now guys, I'm literally resetting with 4k gold, and I actually decide to shoot my my ultimate out in mid lane, and you can actually do that because you could literally just poke people down, and plus I know that there won't be a team fight for a while, so it's really safe for me to do that. Also, this game I could have actually gone red boots as well. You don't necessarily need to go cooldown boots. Like if you want more healing, then you could definitely go red boots, and I think I should have, because I end up rushing Mortal Reminder third because they do have a Soraka, and I want to make sure, well, they have a Soraka, they got a Galio, you know, they got a Darius, like they got a kind of a tanky front line, so I felt like Mortal Reminder was a good item to get here. And look at that, that was one Ezreal Q, and it did that much damage, and honestly, I should have dashed onto him, but you know, I'm a little rusty on playing the Ezreal, and I know that this Kai'Sa does really want to engage on me. And you know, another thing is, like, looking back at these games, it's really nice because I can really watch and learn how I could have played these games better. And right there, you know, the Kai'Sa is overextending, and I do punish the Kai'Sa because it's really hard for Kai'Sa to really get onto me when I'm spacing her out. And also, since she does have Soraka, it's okay for her to throw away some of her HP as long as, you know, she's applying damage and gets healed back. So right here, the enemy team tries to go in onto us, but our Echo goes in, but like, what the hell was that? Like, yo, like, honestly, it was like, bro, my teammates are literally trying to do everything to lose, it felt like. So right here, I'm kind of looking for an ultimate because they do want to shove in, but the Kai'Sa was kind of overextending, but I do end up seeing that angle that I wanted, and I do poke some of them out. But yeah, we gotta just keep applying the damage where we can. And as you can see, another member got caught out. The Zed did. But right here, Kai'Sa overextended, so I exhausted her, and we were able to put her down. Nice and easy. And right here, I just got to defend my Wukong by trying to do as much damage as possible. But even the Darius gets low. So then now I'm on the Galio. Honestly, Galio got really lucky for dodging that ability. And right here, I kind of was messing up and missing a lot of abilities. And I should have stasis right. Oh, man. See, I misplayed that, guys. Like, I shouldn't have died to Olaf. I should have stasis when he was throwing the axe. Like, if I stasis earlier, I definitely would have lived because I would have had more HP to eat away. But I do end up dying. But at the end of the day, I played that team fight really well with my Wukong. And the Kai'Sa overextended really hard. And I think it's another, like, situation where Kai'Sa did not expect me to have exhaust, just kind of like how the Olaf didn't. So that's where exhaust can come in really handy compared to barrier. Like, yeah, barrier could block some damage, but exhaust will not only lower the enemy team's overall damage or that character's overall damage, but it also slows them by a lot, which allows your teammates to really come in clutch and do some crazy things. So right here, the Kai'Sa was overextended. I decide to ult right here because they're kind of walking an easy way, but man, I really was not expecting Kai'Sa to walk back. Like, wait, guys, Kai'Sa got back to basically full HP. Like, low-key Soraka's broken, and I'm pretty sure she's getting a nerf in the next patch. Because I think I just saw Wilder tweet about the new patch, or they posted on their Instagram. So that's really nice to see. And I have my exhaust up, and the Kai'Sa's overextending again, and I decide to exhaust her again, and she literally can't do anything. Like look how broken exhaust is. And so right here, basically, oh my god, the Lux had a beautiful ultimate. But right here, I basically just need to keep playing front to back and kind of just kiting out the enemy team, and I get my dash up over this side. And honestly, I was lagging a little bit this game. I was lagging a bit this game, and honestly, I could have killed them much easier. And the Galio was trying to run away, but he's actually a pretty big character, so it was easy for me to hit him. Yeah, I could have honestly landed my abilities a little bit better, and honestly on the Darius, I shouldn't have panicked. I should have waited for my W'd, and then E'd over the wall, and that would have been a little bit better because I would have done more damage. But yeah, as you guys can see, I'm doing a lot of damage, but honestly, I do give MVP to Lux for that team fight. She landed a crazy ultimate, which was really impressive by her, and I think it's really good that because since Darius, Olaf, Galio kind of want to engage on us, it really makes it a lot easier for Lux to look for these roots. Because if someone's running straight at you, you just throw that Lux root out, and you'll be able to do a lot of damage. And or it would be easier for you to land that CC. But like I said, in their early game, you know, we're a lot squishier, and all they got to do is force on us, and we instantly die. So this is where, you know, our composition's finally getting stronger. Right here, I decided to look for an ultimate because they kind of are in an interesting position. I could have ulted that better, but, you know, I'm just looking for that poke because I will get it back anyway. And right here, it's my job to kind of zone them away, and boom, I chunk that Olaf. But, you know, the Soraka's probably going to heal the Olaf back anyway. So, but right here, they actually decide to keep going up, which is quite interesting. I would have expected the Olaf to reset, since it doesn't look like they have any of their jungle up. But now I have enough gold for my Bork, and I decide to ult again just to keep poking. I mean, you know, especially with Hunter Genius, you know, with your Hunter Genius, you're going to be having lower cooldown on your ultimates, and also, you know, when you use your Q, it goes on a lower cooldown, so you're able to just throw that ultimate out quite often. Right there, my Zed actually got solo killed by Kai'Sa. I think the Zed underestimated how fed that Kai'Sa is. Even though that Kai'Sa has been enting the last two fights, she's still a powerhouse because of how fed she got in the early game. I mean, she had 5 kills so quickly. And right here is my job to basically poke the enemy out. This Olaf was kind of overextended and lost half his HP. I was debating whether to ult right there, but there would have been no point, to be honest. It would have just been upping my damage numbers. But I think I could have played that a little bit more aggressively. I just didn't want to commit too hard. And now, you know, we're just kind of walking around. It's really hard to do anything. And, you know, I'm really trying my best to stay, to play kind of calculated and not E forward. Because on Ezreal, once you use your E, you're really easy to be killed. And right here, the Galio is trying to get this ward. But I'm able to actually do enough damage. And right there, I feel like I could have just dashed on Kai'Sa and exhausted her. But, you know, it's still me just kind of playing safe and not trying to do anything too crazy where my teammates can't follow up. And right here, I decide to use my ultimate, and as you can see, they keep getting poked down. We do end up seeing the Kai'Sa, so I want to dash and exhaust her, but she's a little bit outside of my range, so I wasn't able to exhaust her, but we were able to get the kill. So, you know, you could once you get fed on Ezreal, you could definitely be a lot more aggressive, but it's just like I am respecting the enemy team because in ranked, guys, or in competitive play, in the games I played Ezreal in competitive play, like, if I ever waste my E, I'm literally dead. Like, the enemy team will, like, literally hop on you and secure you down and lock you down, and it's really bad. And right here, guys, my job is to basically zone them out, and look how much damage I do, especially combined with the Lux ult and the Lux root with my ultimate. Like, they literally couldn't even walk through the choke point, and you know, there's a lot of situations in which you could be like, is it better to just burst the dragon, or is it just better to focus them down? But it's like, if the enemy team's contesting, you want to go on them, because at the end of the day, if you kill them, you could just start up the Baron again. And it's way more riskier to try to burst the Baron, and then they come in to the choke point and they actually get in, and Olaf just ults and then, you know, smites the dragon. So right here, the enemy team tries to do Elder Dragon, but I was able to come in, and now I'm starting to play more aggressive because of how fed I am. We also have the Baron buff, and yeah, I'm just landing abilities left and right. But see, I didn't think that Olaf was gonna be right here, and luckily my team was able to do enough damage. So honestly, I did get a little scared when I E'd forward and then Olaf came out ulting. I was like, oh no, I made a mistake. But luckily, you know, my team had my back, and we were able to make the plays that were important and needed. And boom, we secured the dub, which, you know, who would have guessed after Kai'Sa getting so fed, but we got the dub. Definitely give Ezreal a try out. I think he feels a lot better, and I'm definitely going to start spamming him some more to get some free LP. And usually on Ezreal, you're going to be doing the most damage. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.